Friends, welcome to the last lecture of transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, that is the contraindications. As we already know the specific, apart from the general contraindications include the contraindications related to skin, that is a broken skin or a sinus or a dysesthesia skin, whereas the patient is not feeling the current, or there is a skin that is damaged or that is ulcered or that is lacerated, or an open wound, etc., or an acute case of fracture, or a suspected case of swelling or sinus inside, or if you feel some sort of what do we call it as a swelling inside or a pulp inside, then you have to avoid giving TENS. These are some of the general contraindications. Specifically, undiagnosed pain should not be treated with TENS until and unless it has been referred by some physician or some other doctor who knows very well that he is saying you to give it, right? So without the clinicians or without the physician's concern, do not try to treat the patient with undiagnosed pain. If the patient is having a prescription of TENS by some doctor, better have a talk and clarification with the doctor before applying the thing, right? In cases of pacemakers also, you have to confirm it with the cardiologist and then you can go for pain. For example, if the patient might be having a sternotomy or something else and he wants to go for TENS and is prescribed TENS, please confirm it with the chest physician or the cardiologist. Even in heart diseases, any pain related to heart disease or post-operative heart conditions also, you have to confirm it with the cardiologist or the concerned person before starting the treatment. In cases of epilepsy, again, better not to give it, because if the patient is having continuous epileptic attacks, then he can harm himself. It can lead to disconnection of electrode, it can lead to discontinuation of electrode, it can lead to so many other things. So in epilepsy, we normally avoid giving TENS, and if it is given with due precaution and with due permission from the neurologist. In pregnancy, especially the first trimester and especially over the uterus, you are not going to give TENS. Low back pain is the commonest complaint during pregnancy, and when a lady comes to you with low back pain in pregnancy, there are only two things we can give. Number one is the ergonomic advice, that is how she can take care of her postures and keep the pain at low. And in case if the lady ends up into pain, the only safe modality allowed is TENS over the spinal area, not over the uterus or not over the anterior abdominal area, right? It can be given only spinally and over the lower back region, or anywhere else it can be given, but not definitely on the uterus, right? So this is to be taken care when you are giving TENS treatment. What are the precautions? Precautions are basically the procedural precautions. If you are not taking care of the equipment, if you are not turning the intensity off, if you are not applying the medium correctly, or if you are not attaching the electrode correctly on the patient's part, if there is a tilting in the electrode or if there is a disconnection of the electrode, all these things have to be taken care. And when this is given to the patient for self-administration also, patient must be having a checklist in his hand, or he must be explained the procedure correctly and effectively before he starts using the equipment. Even if you are going to a patient who is already having a equipment, you have to guide him through the correct method of application, right? So these procedural things have to be taken care of. Overdose has to be avoided. Sometimes a patient starts feeling better with the application of TENS, so he goes for overdose of application of TENS, which is again going to cause it can either cause some hazard or something which is not very much desirable. And when the patient says you that I have got this, and then he starts blaming. So please take care that the procedural consequences and the overdose has to be strictly instructed to the patient. So the dosage of treatment has to be given in patient in return. If you feel that the patient is not satisfied with that dosage, is not having optimum pain relief, you can increase the dosage. Or if you feel that the patient is having optimum thing or is having some other complaints, then you can reduce the dosage. But you have to decide the dosage and regulate the dosage, rather than the patient deciding the dosage by himself and regulating the dosage by himself. This is very important, and hazards have to be taken care of. So hazards, mainly there are two things. Number one, if you are using a AC machine, there can be an electric shock that should be avoided. And second hazard that is most important is a electrode burn. So if the patient feels any burning sensation or untoward sensation over the area, or if you can see a bluish patch over the area where the electrode was applied, insist the patient that he changes the area of application of electrode a little bit, right, while each time he applies it for a longer period of time. So take care of the procedural precautions and overdose and the hazards and these contraindications, and you can effectively treat any pain with the help of TENS. With this, we come to the end of the lecture on TENS, and hope you have followed me through. If you have any questions, you can just leave it either in the comment below, or you can leave it on my email address that is again given down, or there is a Google form that is again included. You can even fill the Google form and let me know that you are having any question. Fine. And there is a WhatsApp number also shared in the description box, on which you can WhatsApp me your questions and which I can solve out for you. Right. The assignment related to same will be delivered to you once you let me have your WhatsApp number or your email ID, and the questions related to this, the practice questions, will be delivered to you. So try to keep up with the things, try to keep revising, try to make the notes out of this, and again try to refer one or two books whichever you have right now with you, so that you can effectively learn the topic and get the best out of the topic. Right. So with this, we come to an end with transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. Any doubts, any questions are welcome. Please leave them in the comment box below, and I'll try to reply you as soon as time permits. Right? So take care. See you in the next lecture. Till then, bye bye.